Hello, everyone. I am early, but that's okay. I'm allowed to be early. This is the way. All right. Hit that like button, guys. Let's get those likes up. Got 10 likes and, well, 11 likes now and 8 people watching. So that's pretty good. Hopefully, people will be coming in a minute here. So, anyways, welcome back. I am your frazzled looking Captain Foley. I don't know. My hair is something to be desired right now. Anyway, Rude Shelf, my good friend Aaron says, I just finished watching it, didn't go into the episode expecting it to be good. I was pleasantly surprised. It dragged for a bit at first, but it all built up to a very well done conclusion and it was very Star Trek. I could have done with less lens flare and shaky cam shit. But overall, very well done. Yeah, this one for me was an hour long, which was, I think, again, another 10 minutes too long. It could have used better pacing. A lot of the stuff in the middle again felt a little bit repetitive, and the wrap up with the battle and stuff was very it was all within the last 10 minutes, which seems, I don't know, I would have liked a little bit more of that kind of stuff. The flashbacks also didn't impress me. The flashbacks just looked and felt like Discovery when they film outside and put that ugly ass orange filter on everything. It just looks like dog shit. So I was not a fan of the flashbacks. Um, Although I do want to know where near Toronto they filmed that. But anyway, yeah. BJ says, "What was wrong with Kyros Prime? It looked like Ontario and Autumn." I know, right? Robert Buckley really liked this episode. Ozzy said it's great and got new ships. Yes, we did. Hammern says 4 episodes in, and once again I ask, what am I watching? Star Trek or teen drama on the CW? The plot had potential, but leave it up to Putzman to drive the story through character development versus the world. The creative once again copy and paste plot. They gave the Klingons the Romulan treatment with destroying Kronos. Well, they basically praxised their planet. But yes, that's exactly what they did. Classic for real throws in $1. Thank you so much, Classic. Good to see you here. BJ, little unoriginal with another homeworld going up in flames and an entire empire falling, like the U.S. collapsing when Florida goes under the waves. But then again, it's in this timeline. Yeah, that's the other thing with the Romulan thing as well. Sure, Romulus was destroyed, but they have an empire, which is multiple planets. It wouldn't decimate them. Yeah. We still got Vulcan or whatever they call it now. It's Navarre. BJ says, if we assume that the Klingons widely use warp cores as a planetary power source, then the loss of many worlds, including the home planet, does make sense. Yeah, Sam mentioned that too. I didn't hear that that particular part. Yeah, not gonna get into that. It's just kind of stupid to use a warp core to power your planet, I guess. And the Klingons would have not as good safety protocols. You would think, just kind of like, again, like Praxis, right? Ozzy, just what to know what happened to the House of Worf and the House of Taurus, aka Mrs. Paris. BJ says apparently Earth, Vulcan, and Bajor used fusion planet side. Solaris, the long hauler rail fan. Well, this is going to be an interesting one. Looks like might have a so-so episode with an interesting episode. What? BJ says your hair is glorious. It is not, but thank you so much. Shauna69, gotta admit, I'm a little salty they gave the Klingons the Romulan treatment. Yeah. Yeah. SM side, really enjoyed it. Though I agree with the take that the destroyed homeworld refugee status species is getting old in New Trek. It is indeed. It is indeed. Yeah. Ozzy says, Jay needs to drink prune juice, a Klingon warrior's drink. There you go. Eric Martin is here. Hello, Eric. BJ says, Canada is the new orange. So is Robert Buckley's super chat, which we'll get to in just a second. Thank you. Slayer said it made up for last week. Yeah, it was better than last week for sure. Too much focus on the characters. I want to see more world building and the characters responding to their surroundings. Nice saucer separation, though. Yeah, seeing that was an interesting take. We will have a video, of course, coming out about that. But speaking of the new orange, Robert Buckley throws in $25, which is an orange super chat, so thank you. Payday gets made up. Payday got to make up for the last couple of lives. Oh, man. You don't have to, but thank you. We appreciate that immensely. Rude Chef, I thought it was a good way of explaining what was going on with the Klingons in that period. Yeah. Joe Cool, so is it just me or did the episode crap on Klingon history? It's probably just you. I don't know what you mean specifically. Leperidon, thought it was a good episode with an interesting premise. BJ, I think we got both character and world development in this episode, and I enjoyed both. Yeah. Caleb really impressed me. Caleb's just spouting off rules and regulations, and that was fantastic. He really did a good job. He should be a lawyer or perhaps a diplomat because he is undecided against the academy. So NCC 1988. Whoever does the sound mixing has no idea how to equalize. Everyone has spitty mouth. Speaking of, notice Jaden and his entire family have fantastically perfect teeth, which Klingons don't really have. Worf had jaggedy ass teeth. I mean, it is the future. Maybe he's got a better dental plan, or they injected they altered their DNA so their teeth would be perfect. But the other thing I noticed too was with the quality of cameras they're using and the close-ups of Jaden's face, you could see his contact lenses, which not a big deal, I guess, but just kind of irritating. And also, what is this chronosh? Like, stop. That's not how that's supposed to be pronounced. And Sam says Kitimer instead of Kittimer or Kitimer. I forget how she said it, but it was incredibly annoying and didn't make any goddamn sense. Like, learn, or somebody on set should be telling them how to say words properly because they clearly aren't. So, whatever. Joe Cool says, and everyone pronounces Kayla as Kayla. Yeah. Paradon, two things bothered me though. First, Prime Directive is never mentioned, as I recall, but isn't inherent to the Federation. Only steps in when it's asked to. It's inherent to the. They do mention the Prime Directive once in Caleb's argument, but I don't know if it was about this instance specifically or referring to another case. That kind of, I forget how it was worded, but the Prime Directive was mentioned. Leperidon, second, the resolution, doesn't it kind of counter the entire Kittimer undiscovered country premise? The battle was staged, but the message would be Chang was right. Don't quite know what you mean by that. Zorsch says it's cool they can canonize some STO Klingon ships, but I was hoping to see some actual new 32nd century Klingon ships. Well, we'll see. We are going to be looking at the ships in the fleet at some point. So, yeah. BJ says, I'm just assuming the Klingons were using the lithium in warp cores for power plant side. Only thing in universe that makes sense. Guess you could use the lithium to moderate other power sources. Black holes? No, it wouldn't be black holes. You wouldn't need dilithium for that. So, but anyway, SM side, Klingons, Quagians, Kelvin, Vulcans, Paklids, Romulans, it's so many. Orions and Andorians regressed with the Emerald Chain. Tellarite is so irrelevant that it managed to survive getting blown up. NCC 1988 got chills when the Klingon theme played. Yeah, the Klingon theme was fantastic. It was a nice welcome addition for sure. Classic for Real throws in $1 with no comment, but thank you so much. Ozzy, are the Klingons back Federation? No, not yet. Jeff Jacobs, sorry, I'm a little late. Let's all hit that like button. Hashtag make Jeff pay. Yes, make Jeff pay. If we get to 50 likes, he will pay $5. You'll make him pay. You'll make him super chat. 38 of you here, 18 likes. Hit that like button, guys. Let's get those likes up. Joe Cool says, how does that saucer have warp? It's got built-in warp nacelles at the back, the blue glow on the back of the saucer. There's the impulse engines, and beside that, there's blue glow built in, which are warp coils. That's how. Rude Chef, I didn't. Oh. I didn't like the Klingon makeup. I did. It's much better than fucking Discovery. I thought it was good. And I loved Jaden's brother. I think he was. It's a shame he died. You have to have, everybody has a goddamn tragic backstory, don't you know? So, yeah, really liked his brother. I'm surprised Vance was here so much, way more than I expected. I also think the world building has been good so far, a lot more than many recent shows have given. Sure. Rude Chef, you could see the seams too much. The seams on the makeup? Okay, I'll have to take a closer look at that. Caleb must have studied law hard in prison. Oh, yeah. Klingons are not back in the Federation. They staged that mock battle to see give them a new homeworld and the sector around it. Yeah. Hey, this is the Best Trek YouTube channel, but I can keep my money if you don't want it. No, it didn't say that. I'm just, you don't have to support us, but I really appreciate it. And it does help immensely, so. BJ, dental work has come a long way in the Klingon Empire. 700 years is a long time. Yeah. Maybe the British will have good teeth by then, too. That'd be... Matt Boardman, you'd think without those teeth appliances, they'd be able to pronounce Kalos and Kronos correctly. Exactly. That's not like Discovery where you got Kalos. Because it got the damn teeth in. Rude Chef, the teeth thing did bother me as well. However, it was more of a fashionable thing to do with the Klingons. They sharpen their teeth. So over 1,000, I can see how something would fall out of fashion. Well, yes, they did have teeth sharpeners, but their teeth were jagged to begin with. They didn't start out perfect human teeth and they just filed them down to points. Their teeth were already sharp, so that's why the tooth sharpener was a thing. So they would still have janky ass teeth. Jeff Jacobs loved Caleb insisting that he was a master debater. I know, that was a joke that had to be said. Had to be said. Robert Buckley, hey, Jeff, how many likes to make Jeff pay? I already said 50. So if we get to 50 likes, we only have 21. So there's 32 of you here. Hit that like button. Let's get those likes up to 50. Classic for real. I'll have to come into Trekyards to see how Sam pronounces Kittimer. Yeah. Kittimer. I can't even say it like she said it. It's ridiculous. Jeff Jacobs, great question. Yeah, 50 likes to make Jeff pay, and here's a secret. Again, at 75. Oh, we're not going to hit 75 likes. Jeff, the days of those numbers on lives like this are long gone. We're barely... We're lucky to hit 30 likes. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, no way that's happening. Jonathan, Quinn de la Kaitomer, yeah. Classic for real. So, Zorsh. How would 32nd century Klingons pronounce Zorsh? I don't know. Robert Buckley. Well, get there. We'll get there. Don't worry, Jeff. I mean, hopefully. I doubt it, though. I doubt I'll hit 50 on this one. 39 of you here and only 23 likes, so. Jeff Jacobs, did the Klingons have any shipyards to make new ships? Doubtful. Who knows how old those ships are? Some of those cargo ships are like TNG era styled ones, so who knows? There was new Bird of Prey though, and a few other like newer designs, but those could also be like 200-300 years old. We don't know. So, but I doubt they had shipyards. Sienna 03, the new Star Trek series is out, and it's purposefully the proudly #woke. Sure enough, professional viewers have loved it. I don't think you understand anything about Star Trek if you're talking about it being woke. All Star Trek has been woke, hence, or progressive. I fucking hate the term woke. It's bullshit. But yeah. I mean, Sam and I have enjoyed it, much to our surprise. 4 episodes in, 2 are really good in my opinion. 1's kind of that's the last one. This one is also just kind of but it's a Klingon-centric one, and I'm not a big fan of Klingon-centric episodes, even in TNG, so it is what it is, right? Zorsh says, I'm also glad they didn't establish that the Klingons joined the Federation before the 32nd century. It leaves other shows, movies open to tell whatever stories they want. Sure, yeah. CN03 says, turns out, though, that audiences hate it and fewer people are watching it than a show that's been off the air for 20 years. Got a lot of audience here that love it, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Classic for real, you can't comment on just $1. Oh, I know. Maybe you should put in more then, so you can say something. Shren the Orc says, just got here, but Klingons don't taste spicy food. They don't? When was that? That might have, I don't know. When was that established? Give me the exact time or whatever episode. Hammer7 says, compared to the prosthetic Michael Dorn worn, Jaden's look too clean, borderline cheap. They need to put more detail on it. Disagree. It's just a difference. Forehead patterning. All Klingons are different. Plus, this is also like 700 years in the future from TNG, so. SM Side says, I was thinking the same. Jaden backstory reminded me of everyone has a tragic backstory take. Yes. Basically, the only recent Trek character that seems to have a normal past life is Boimler. Normal. I mean, he's on a raisin farm and the chicks are hitting on him and he doesn't just clock it. So I don't know about normal, but Jason Paris, hey Captain Foley, do you have any of the fan home Star Trek ships? No, they don't ship to Canada, but I have ordered the Intrepid and had it sent to my buddy in Michigan, who will either send it to me or I'll have to go pick it up. I'm also going to get the Protostar when it's available in March. So those are the only ones I'm really interested in. I've tried contacting them to see if they would send me review samples like Eagle Moss did. I never heard back from them, so it's fine. I don't need any more starships necessarily, so yeah. Ozzy. Oh, Robert Buckley. Now you can give some classic. Oh, yes. Robert Buckley, $5. We hit 80 likes last week. We did. I don't think we're going to this week. And do we hit 80 lives? We didn't hit 80 likes on the first reaction live. Maybe we did. I don't remember. Don't ask me. I just work here. She said it like ketomer. Yeah. Like tomater. Ozzy, the Klingon's teeth like when Kirk's faced Klingon's original series Star Trek in 1969 teeth. Sure. Taylor Decker, I really like the music when the Klingon shows up. I'd love to see some of the ships up close. I'm sure we will. We're going to do some digging and see if they used STO assets. And if they did, we'll, of course, do videos on those. But speaking of Klingons, I really do like the Klingon. I like the thing with him and Aki having a relationship. That was great. Really good casting for that Klingon, I think. Being over a century old, looking good. So... Robert Buckley says you were going to pay 10 for one ship last live classic. BJ says maybe like the Mandalorians, the Klingons can someday reclaim their homeworld. It's destroyed though, so no, I don't think so. George says his reasons why he doesn't eat pepperoni is great, but I'm not a fan of Aki and the home planet distraction. They've done all the best alien. Jeff Jacobs, okay, I'm a realist. Hashtag make Jeff pay is now 40 likes. Sure. 29 likes currently. Let's get those likes up, guys. Hit that like button. Let's get them up to 40 to make Jeff pay. Eric Martin throws in $5, so thank you so much, Eric. I promised to have my work done, so this is my penance. Oh, so you've not done your work? Well, that's silly. Get on it. Classic for real, $2. Okay, fine, Stuart. Tell Lorca and Lola and Precious I say hi. Why did I read Lorca? Lola, Precious. Classic for real says hi. They don't care. They just remain passed out, as you can see. Ozzy, are we going to get new tribbles? Probably not. SM Side, I hate when people talk like shareholders and executives. I don't care about ratings and looking at an audience score. I just care if I like a show and can find other people to talk about it with. 100% agree with you. Yeah. I think the audience and critics scores are on Rotten Tomatoes are all bullshit anyway, so. Jeff Jacobs, same reason they don't have new ships, and it's the same reason I can understand the bow and arrow instead of a bat'leth, lack of resources. Sure. It's also dependent on the family or the house, if you will. What the hell? Sorry, I had to... Well, you guys can still hear me. Because he did say in our family, it's tradition that the first kill indicates that you're a warrior. It kind of said to me that other houses might be a little different as far as what's considered a warrior. But NCC 1988, they don't ship to Canada? Nope, they do not. Robert Buckley, cheapskate. Oh, talking a classic for real, yeah. Jeff Jacobs did not make 80 on this live last week. It went short, and I paid at the end at like 39, I'm afraid. Yeah. So I don't know. I think the 80 might have possibly been for the Friday review. We're at 30 here, though. We need 10 more likes, guys. Hit that like button if you're just joining us or haven't hit it yet. Please. BJ, $2. Sadly, Fan Alpha is infested with tribbles. That would be hilarious. Robert Buckley, classic. Get on your alt accounts and hit like. Jeff Jacobs, yes, Robert. That's how we did it in the old days. Yeah, Jeff's been here for years, and then he kind of had a long absence. And yeah, so it's good to have him back. Eric Martin, so are they giving up Gach? Oh no, I don't think they're giving up Gach. No. Eric says, I'm finished. Good. 100% with SM side 2. What? Mr. Olive Tone. Why are people chubby in the future? I thought the problem would be solved. Maybe some people choose to be chubby. And who are you referring to specifically? Ozzy, why is your light blinking behind you? Because it's a flame bulb? Robert Buckley, so have I, just not with this account. What? You've been here for years? Who are you? Robert Buckley. BJ, Mandalore was destroyed too. Klingons perfect the Genesis device to build a new Kronos and then battle with Ferengi, who tried to sell it to Cardassian in a resort spa world chain. What are you on about? Jeff Jacobs, I thought the solution they came up with for the planet was great, but you could see it coming from a mile away. I mean, Sylvia saw it right away. When I first watched it early this morning, I didn't see it right away. It was a very elegant solution to the problem, but I got to admit I didn't put it together. But when Sylvia and I watched it this evening, like right away, she's like, when Aki and the other Klingon are first talking, she's like, they got to do this the Klingon way. It's got to be like a battle. So I didn't get it, but I guess I'm just kind of dumb, so it's fine. Royston S. Bailey says O'Brien was chubby, on later DS9 at least. Matt Boardman, he's trying to hypnotize you. Yes. Let's look into the light. You will super chat. You will give Trekyards all your money. I'm kidding. Royston S. Bailey, but to be fair, he wasn't a cadet or an officer. Who? Oh, O'Brien? Okay. Jeff Jacobs, the problem that was fixed as far as fat people. The problem that was fixed as far as fat people is that people aren't judged by how they look in the future. Yeah. I get the whole being fit thing and being, because you have replicators, right? So replicators, you could order a cheeseburger and have it be half the calories or whatever, because it would nutritionally give you everything you need in the course of a day to not have you be overweight. But Ozzy says next episode is Deep Space Nine. Yes, Deep Space Nine fans will love it. Doesn't mean they're going to Deep Space Nine, but Deep Space fans will love it. I've heard it called Cisco-centric. So does Cisco return from the Celestial Temple? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Jeff Jacobs, yes, that's why I love the Admiral. What? What do you mean? Wait, what? Yes, that's why I love. Why do you love the Admiral? I love the Admiral too, but George says it was obvious because Ake is half smiling in battle with the shields, and the shield sounds are ridiculous. Well, it's obviously obvious when it's happening, the battle, and yes, you know it was a mock battle. Like, tell our ships to aim wide. Like, yeah. The shield sounds were fucking great. I love the shield sounds. Yeah, they were kind of ridiculous, but at the same time, I really enjoyed them. They were very pleasing to my auditory sensors. I don't know. I don't think that's the main issue. The main issue is their cadets. What are we talking about? People being chubby? Who is chubby as a cadet? Which one is chubby? Sam? She's a fucking hologram. So it doesn't matter if she's chubby or not. Who are we talking about? What are we talking about with this chubbiness? Classic for real. Now that I think about it, Academy is taking a ridiculous setup from Discovery that proves that any writer worth their salt rolls with that bad setup in canon and snarlment to get a good show. What? Royston S. Bailey, cadets not being in shape makes no sense. Sure, but which cadet isn't in shape? That's what I'm fucking asking. Jeff Jacobs, I love the Admiral because she's so smart and got the solution right away. Oh, yeah. She is clever. I mean, you have to be to pick me, you know. So Eric Martin, Sicko. Don't know who Sicko is. And yes, Matt, I agree. Sicko will be non-linear as always. Odo might be back too. I want to know what happened with Garrick. I mean, we're not going to get all those answers. Royston says, like, an admiral could easily be overweight. Yeah, okay, I get it. You keep drilling down on this. What are we talking about? Somebody mentioned chubby. Never got an answer who they were referring to. Somebody said O'Brien was chubby or later. That's fine. Ervik Sonder says, I love the way they reference Admiral Sati's dad. Yeah. Well, they didn't finish the quote. They did not finish the quote, and that annoys me immensely. I don't know why they didn't finish the quote, but they didn't finish the quote. BJ says, I thought up the solution midway through the episode. In 1898, the U.S. and Spanish armies in the Philippines staged a mock battle to preserve Spanish honor during the surrender of Manila to the U.S. Well, there you go. A lot of the storylines and stuff we see in Star Trek are based on actual history, so maybe that is indeed what they were talking about. BJ says there was also the TNG episode Matter of Honor with Riker on the Bird of Prey. Indeed, there was. Jeff Jacobs, I think both sides played their parts, so no one was hurt. The Klingons knew what was going on. It was very cool. I agree. George says, no, I guess shields sound like Will Ferrell hitting the triangle in SNL. Great futuristic tech right there. Yeah, more cowbell. Classic says, I'm saying Academy fixes Discovery. I think Eric's autocorrect tripped things up. Sicko equals Cisco. Oh, I know, 100%, but I'm reading stuff exactly as it is, just so I don't make any assumptions or anything. So, but yes, I knew it was Cisco. I'm not that dense, Classic, as hard as that might be to believe. But anyway. Eric Martin says, thanks, I still have my computer glasses on. Perfect. Eric Saunders says, how dare you? How dare I what? Jeff Jacobs, $5. Nice job. Hashtag make Jeff pay. Special bonus if we do get to 50. I am loving this show, and I'm very excited for the DS9 episode. 100% agree with you. Didn't even realize that we hit 40 likes. We got 42. If we hit 50, that's another 8 likes. We'll make Jeff pay again, I guess. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. Classic for real. Next season, they should have Sati's descendant put on trial against the writers of Section 31. Maybe. Yeah, this episode, like I said, it was better than the last episode. It was very Star Trek in its execution, and I rather enjoyed it. It just felt a little bit too long, and I wish they would have kind of truncated the beginning part. Also, the whole thing with Raimi coming in and Like, I hope to God those guys had breath mints because they were right in each other's faces, and it did look like they were going to kiss at one point. It's like, are you just doing? Because we've seen he likes the ladies, but I mean that doesn't mean he wouldn't like whatever. Anyway, so Jaden, I think, and Kyle from the War College are going to get together. Kyle was in like the last episode or the one before that. Um, kind of giving him googly eyes. So yeah. Something else I wanted to mention there, and I can't remember what it is. But like, I did like the battle breathing. That was cool. But and like I said, I really appreciated Caleb in this episode. He really was just firing on all cylinders, and I thought it was fantastic. So good on him. And it's amazing. This is his first acting role. I think there was, if you look up in IMDb, there's one other one before this, but it's like just a voiceover. The guy's a bodybuilder. This is his first acting role, and he's just killing it. So Robert Buckley says, to be clear, there is that one lady from episode 2 that picks a little fun at Holiday. She was a little chubby, but not much. So can we drop the subject? Yeah, I would really like to drop the subject. Classic for real says, LOL, I never think you're dense. Bullshit. Eric Saunders, so is it bringing the Bajorans back to the Federation? So is it bringing back Bajorans? What bringing Bajorans back to the Federation? Clarify. Like Admiral Satie said, how date you bring up his name, you Sulliot. Or how dare you bring up his name, you Sulliot. Yeah, she's a crazy bitch. Fuck that bitch. Never liked her. Classic for real, $2. Genesis does what Sam holographics. Hashtag makes sense, classic. Sure. Jeff Jacobs, just say it. They were going to kiss during the battle breathing, and I think they will kiss at some point. There, I said it anyway. I don't think they're going to kiss. Those two are not going to be a thing. I don't think so at all. Like I said, it's going to be Jaden and Kyle from the War College, and yeah, this guy, Raimi, he's going to get. He's not going to get Genesis. I think Genesis and Caleb are going to hook up, even though Caleb's got his girl at the War Academy. I don't think they're going to actually be a thing, but I could be wrong. Why am I speculating on who's going to hook up in this fucking show? That's sad. Eric Sonder, hopefully they'll run out of episodes before it comes to that. There's only 20, right? Yes, 2 seasons of 10 each. BJ says, I would say in the show that there are too many modern day references in the dialogue, called the cops and the cable news feed. Just a little gripe. I would write things differently. Yeah, that's one of the main complaints that I have, as well as the modern day vernacular, like the doctor using the term chicken shit, and Thok saying, I don't want to F this up. But that was saved by saying, as Reno would say. So I love that, because those two are a couple. She's heard her say that, obviously. And that's something totally that Jet Reno would say. So that's fine. But yeah, each episode's had something like you giving the middle finger, or saying a swear word that really dates this. Will probably date the piece in the future. So Matt Boardman, Bajor never joined the Federation, at least not in the show. Correct. Ervik Sonder, you're right. It is finally bringing the Bajorans back into the Federation. Sure. Jeff Jacobs, I defer to your expertise, sir. Oh, I'm not. I'm saying who's going to kiss who is not expertise in my mind. I just don't think it's going to happen. BJ, If I get my post-burn history right, Bajor and was the Federation. Earth, Vulcan, and others left. The series started on Bajor, surrounded by Starfleet, orbital stations, and docks. Oh, was that a thing in Discovery? I don't remember that, if it was. Big fan. Why so much hate on the USS Prometheus? I'm not a fan of the Enterprise G. Too small. I just don't like the Prometheus. It's just not a shape or configuration I really enjoy. I'm not a huge fan of foreign nacelled ships. And the Enterprise G just shouldn't have been the fucking Enterprise G. There's a disrespectful to the Titan. It's also such a small ship compared to the Enterprise F. It's just a... So yeah, I just don't like the Prometheus. I don't like a lot of ship designs like the Dauntless and things like that either. It's not my cup of tea. So... Classic for real. What a missed opportunity during lower decks for Mariner to route the cable news feed through the main view screen. Yes. Are you okay, Classic? Jeff Jacobs, I think the social references are fine to keep the new viewers involved, and I think they are fitting pretty well. Well, they fit in pretty well for a modern type show, but unfortunately, it just, swearing's never really been a thing in Star Trek until New Trek because, oh, you mean the cursing? That's just what they do here. Nobody pays any attention to you unless you curse every other word. Yeah. The language is currently laced with colorful metaphors. It's like, yeah, because you're not used to that in Star Trek. BJ says, I'm okay with the Doctor and effed it up, but the rest of the side of the cast should be more TOS, TNG, DS9, Voyager neutral language, as modern language has often played for laughs in these in time travel episodes. Yeah. Double dumbass on you, and so forth. The chief engineer says, classic, I don't know how you keep with all of those alts, but this is the only other I have had to dust it off. Sure. By the way, we're 2 likes away, guys. 2 likes away from 50. We have 48 people here. Hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. And the hashtag make Jeff pay at 50. Eric Martin, they are trying to use modern language, but Star Trek, other than double dumbass, doesn't do that. Olivia's here, says, sorry I'm late. Did you like it? Yeah, it was all right. Better than last episode, for sure. A little long, a little boring and repetitive in spots, but I wish the ending would have been earlier in the episode and been a little bit more elongated. I would have liked to see more ships and more battle and more kind of whatever, but yes, overall I did like it. Eric Sonder agreed. Titan deserves an A class, not a refit Enterprise. And classic for real, I'd like to see our Sam, see what Chat GPT comes up with for the USS Promethe Proto Alerathon. Damn. BJ says, I don't want to see the paste and copy fleet from Picard, but I'd rather see more standard ship designs. So a fleet that has 3 of this class and 2 of that class and 1 of this class. I was actually kind of impressed with not only the Klingon fleet, but the Federation fleet in this episode, so. Eric Saunders and the Enterprise deserved an H. Sure. BJ says, need Miranda and California class types. Robert Buckley says, sorry, used wrong account. Dun, dun, dun. That's the chief engineer account. Fret Demon. says, I've really enjoyed Robert Picardo in this series. He hasn't missed a beat as the Doctor. 100% agreed. Robert Picardo is fantastic. He goes to conventions all the time. He loves Star Trek. He knows his lines in and out. He knows his history of his character. He is very much one of those actors that I really appreciate because they do care about their character. So yes, to see it just carried on is fantastic. BJ says, if you remember the old Western TV show F Troop, we need an Enterprise F2 just for one episode, a crew of screw ups. We kind of got that in Picard. Saw the F like leave space dock and for Federation Day, and Shelby was at home in a office chair like this one, and it got destroyed real good. So, hey Jeff, do you believe that Kurtzman most likely out? It's true according to Tycon Pulse and JDA. Also, I was an actor on Strange New World Season 5, and Captain Garrick dies and ruins Kirk's past. What? Okay. All right. Robert Buckley. It was a token force in this episode. Classic for real. If people are concerned about fleet composition, it could be worse. We didn't get 1,000 inquiries smeared on screen. Fuck yeah, I know, right? BJ says Robert Picardo really helped this show by tying it to the past in a way that makes sense. Just great to have an old friend along for the ride. 100% agree. Yes. Erevik says, I'm curious about the USS Riker. If you go on Twitter, Yerk, what's his last name? Anyway, they label all the ships. I think the Kirk or the Riker is the. Can't remember now. I saw a thing, but yes, good name. Urs says back in Picard when the Enterprise F went boom and they used the D, they should have used the D until a new G was made called the Picard class, and the D made a flyby. Sorry, I went off topic. That's perfectly fine. Jetsangi. Hey Jeff, are a fan of Robert Mara Burnett, and have you seen all the Red Letter Media Star Trek vids? They're hilarious. Yes, I've seen all the Star Trek Red Letter Media videos, and I know Rob Burnett personally. I've met him once, interviewed him, got to hang out with him for a bit, and yeah. So, as a matter of fact, my interview with him is on. I don't think it's on my personal channel. I think it's on Trekyards, this one. So, Jeff Jacobs, 250. Hell yeah, we got our 50. I will go again at 60. You only did 250 though. You're supposed to do $5. Why does live action Kurtzman Trek avoid the episode title credit? It's stupid and annoying. That's a good question, and I don't know the answer to it. You are correct. It is a little annoying at times, but BJ, I forgot that we did an F. I already had an F. There you go. I'll go rewatch its destruction. Yes, please do. Matt Boardman, sorry, Tachyon Pulse has never had accurate information, so take that stuff, he says, from his quote-unquote trusted or quote-unquote inside sources with a grain of salt. Yeah, there's a few channels that like, I have a guy on the inside who says that within a week, Kurtzman will be out on his ass. Really? That's, yeah, sure you do. Classic for real. Robert Picardo was in 2013 on an episode of a TV show called Jesse, and he didn't miss a beat there. Also, wow, that was a long time ago too. Tim Ross didn't miss a beat on Good Luck Charlie either. Wow, thanks, Classic. Captain Token Force means small for show. Matt Borman says JDA is the same. They both use their hate and dislike for current Trek as clickbait. Indeed, they do. Jeff Jacobs, yes, the red letter media is a riot. Mr. Mr. Olive Tone. I want to say Oliver Stone, but it's Olive Tone. I love that. I love that there are gay tendencies here. Competition with heated rivalry show that's being pumped out. What you said. BJ says, okay, Aki continuing to say that these kids had it hard. The burn happened over a century ago. For most of the cadets, they had normal childhoods on planets with mostly normal lives. Burn is like World War I to them. Well, they lived through the results of the burn. So yes, their lives would have been normal from the beginning because they wouldn't have known any different. But yeah. Robert Buckley, he got you with that one, Jeff. Jeff Jacobs, sorry, I'm remodeling my house, so I'm not that flush right now. Uh-huh. That's fair. Hopefully the remodel goes well. Robert Buckley, and I'm restoring a classic. Hey, Jeff, do you think if Shatner is a part of Star Trek's future, they'll adapt his Trek books, The Return? They're not going to do that. Why are you talking to Jeff? Yeah, they're not going to do Shatnerverse books. Sorry. Jeff Jacobs, don't ask me, ask the cat. No one cares what I think. It's true. It's true. Robert Buckley, no, ask Jeff. He knows better than most. Why is Jeff all of a sudden the expert? I'm so confused right now. Eric Martin, Matt, I always double check with Doomcock to make sure the rumor is true. Oh, I had forgotten he existed until like last week when somebody mentioned his name. It's like, is he still doing a thing? I never get anything from him in my feed. Thank Christ. But yeah, he's also got inside people. Donnie is here. Hello, Cap, and all. Hope everyone is well this evening. I must be honest about this week's Starfleet Academy. It was much better than the first three, in my honest opinion. I'm ready for next week's. It was the third best for me. It was better than last week's for sure, but the first one is absolutely better. I'm trying to think what the second episode was about now. Anyway, I'm not a big fan of Klingon-centric episodes, and that's exactly what this was, so. Donnie says, to be honest, both Jay and JDA enjoyed Prodigy, as do I. That's surprising to me. Did Doom Dick like it? SM side, the burn was 100 years ago, but the culture of fear around it only ended a year after Discovery figured out the source and ended the conspiracies around it that stopped people from progressing. That's true. Jeff Jacobs' second episode was them settling into the base. Settling into the base. Well, the second episode was the beta test with the Beta Z delegation and Caleb meeting what's her nuts. Yeah. Donnie says, my good friend Robert Meyer Burnett and Ken Cole enjoyed the final season of Picard again, as do I. And Robert Buckley throws in 250 and says, only 2 more likes. 2 more likes to get to 60, guys. If you haven't hit like yet, please do so. 45 people here. Let's do it. Yeah, no, I think Jaden, I'm really starting to like him as a character. And it's funny how different his character is from the actor. But I'm really enjoying seeing a new Klingon character. I think he does a really good job with it. And I like the new Klingon that they introduced in the form of Aki's ex-love. That guy, he was pretty good. The lead of all the houses, I guess. So want to see more of him at some point. Yes, Matt. Yes. Donnie says, well, at least more fans of all generations of Trek, including its current ones, agree with fans of the 1966 to 2025 era, including Overlord DVD on how bad Section 31 movie was. The fuck is Overlord DVD? Is that Doom Dick? BJ says some planets like Earth and Bajor seem to have bounced back in quality of life after the burn, while others were devastated and remain in turmoil. Correct. Jordan says, I enjoyed the episode decently, just wish they bloodied each other's noses a bit more in the battle. No, I think it was fine the way it was. BJ, Caleb tells Krog that they are unlike the other cadets in coming from hard childhoods from devastated worlds. Joseph Thomas says, I still haven't watched Prodigy because I've been closed-minded. Although I thought I'd hate Academy, but it's probably my favorite of the new Trek, so I have to give Prodigy a try. Give Prodigy a try. Prodigy is the best of the new Treks. It's Prodigy, Lower Decks, Strange New Worlds, Starfleet Academy, Picard Seasons 1 and 2, Section 31, Discovery and Section 31. And Picard Season 3 is like up there, kind of mixed in the mix with Prodigy and Lower Decks. So, yeah, good luck finding it. Yep. Season 1 is on Crave in Canada. Season 2 is not. I have the Blu-rays for Prodigy, so. Mr. Olive Tone, my point is that the original Trek was on its own terms, but now it's influenced by partisan idealism. Sure. Yep. Matt Boardman, especially season 2 of Prodigy. Yes, that is absolutely hard to find. Which is a shame, because it's really fantastic. But even if you only see season 1, you'll really enjoy it, because it's really well done. Rob Buckley says, Captain, I envy you. Why is that? Why do you envy me? Matt Boardman says, I bought both on Amazon Prime. Oh, okay. I don't think I can get it on Amazon Prime here in Canada. Snowman Frost says, third season of Strange New Worlds was a bit disappointing, but lower than Lower Decks. Never watched Prodigy. Totally everybody that hasn't watched Prodigy is absolutely missing out. Matt bought the digital and the Blu-ray. Robert Buck said, make Jeff pay 61 likes. Yes, we are at 60 likes right now. Jeff, where are you? BJ, I think the centuries-old Aki is projecting her trauma from the burn onto her cadets, for whom it's history. After Disco, the Federation is back, but many worlds remained more like Sweden than Syria. Rob Buckley says, because you have Prodigy seasons 1 and 2. Oh, well, just order them. Go on Amazon and order them. Donnie says, I heard a few other fellow fans of all generations of Star Trek agree with fans of the 1966-2005 era on how disappointing Strange New Worlds' third season was. I really enjoyed Strange New Worlds' third season. I didn't find it, quote unquote, disappointing at all. I can understand why people would, but I absolutely didn't. So, Jeff Jacobs, $3. Hashtag made Jeff pay. Nice job. See you at 70. Dun dun dun. We're not gonna hit 70. We're just not. So yeah, in conclusion, I think, did I like this episode better than episode 2? Yes. Yes, I did. Episode 2 was a little boring and drawn out for me. So episode 1, then this episode, then episode 2, then episode 3 for me in that order. So BJ says Prodigy started out looking like nothing from Star Trek, but got very Trekky very fast. Wish they kept it on Paramount Plus. Didn't see Netflix. Got to see season 2, man. Season 2 is really good. And yes, the first 2-3 episodes sounds more like, or felt more like Star Wars, kind of Clone Wars vibes. But yeah, very quickly got very Star Trek. It's a good gateway show into Star Trek. If you've never seen Star Trek, it's a good way to get introduced to it. They like their canon. They like their legacy characters. They do all that stuff right, so. So what we planning to give? What do you mean, Robert? Oh, see you at 70, Jeff. I'll pay what you pay. Well, this first one was $5. Second one was $2.50. This one was $3. So I'd assume $3.50 or $4. Prodigy was very good animation. Should like Disney Star Wars keep an animated Trek going? Jeff Jacobs. Well, if you are matching me, I will go 5 for 70. We're not going to hit 70 likes, though. Hit like if you haven't hit like yet, because we're at 61 likes. I don't think we're going to get to 70. Joe Cool says, Aaron was a great steward of Trek with Prodigy. And the Hagemans, the guys that created it, the brothers, they were fucking loved it. Everybody on the writing team was good. But yeah, Aaron Waltke was superb, in my opinion. Same with Lower Decks. I mean, Tony Newsom is a huge Star Trek fan. That shows. Mike McMahon absolutely loves Star Trek. Again, that all shows. To have the right people at the helm is important. And Prodigy and Lower Decks absolutely did. So, and Picard season 3. Let's be honest. Classic first. I'm liking. Jeff Jacobs, get those other accounts going. Indeed. Here, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go like that. I'm going to go like that. And I'm going to go like that. I'm just firing up my other personal account so I can like this video. Is that cheating? Probably. Hitting the like button. There we go. All right, switch account back to Trekyards, which I don't think we can like our own live. There we go. All right, Mr. Olive Tone. Star Trek for me was about optimization, not brainwashing into an idealism. It feels forced. Sure. Robert Buckley, does it count if we have like 20 accounts ran by 4 people? Yeah, it absolutely does. It all counts. Classic for real. LOL. A like is a like. Get that algorithm. It's true. Jeff Jacobs, 70 is 70. It helps the channel. It does. So hit the like button. If you're just joining us, 44 of you here, 64 likes. We only need 6 more likes, guys. So yeah, people are going to be happy. Maybe Aki sat in the chair properly a few times. Wasn't once barefoot. I mean, that's everybody's fucking complaint too. So all those complaints are out the window. Yeah. It was a good episode of Trek. I think it could have stood to be 5 or 10 minutes shorter overall, but other than that, I mean, it's okay. Um, it's okay to be longer. I like that the ship did the saucer separate. I love that it was out on its first like space, whatever she said at the beginning, investigating and not investigating, but like touring around a nebula. Um, it's good that it's left San Francisco. I think that's cool. But Snowman Frost, would you rate any new Trek show higher than any old Trek show? I consider Enterprise last old show. No, those old shows, the Golden Age shows, are definitely higher. I mean, I would rank Prodigy and Lower Decks probably over Enterprise personally. Um, yeah, it'd be an interesting list to go through and kind of rate all of the shows and see how that went. But yeah, Enterprise wasn't that great. I mean, I appreciate it more now for sure, but could have been a lot better. Anyway, Eric Martin says I just tested it and I get Prodigy season 2, so I may watch it again. I like that the show has a Trek style opening. Yes. Speaking of testing things, how's the tricorder coming? I would like to get the tricorder back before I die. Would be awesome, or before you die. So I'll trade you. I'll give you the other tricorder that's also broken in the same way that you can hold hostage for 5 years. If I can get my tricorder back, the good one that I would like to have back. Let's see. More likes than people. That's how we fucking do it here. Threw in some swearing for effect. I noticed. I know it's chef's kiss. Classic for real. Double dumbass on who wouldn't hit that like button. Jeff Jacobs loved the saucer ship too, and it was very cool by itself. I also liked its shield effect and the evaporated the energy. Yeah, I did enjoy the shield effects and the sound effects that went along with that as well. Don't know how needed it was, or if there was they were using low power settings on their disruptors that was causing that. I don't know. Jordan says, I missed the start of the stream. What did you think of just the saucer separating? I thought that was cool. We're going to have a video coming out about that, actually, because we've covered a lot of the Athena stuff, and now I got new features, so that'll be out this weekend. I thought it was cool. It makes sense. Leave the neck, which is the main part of the school, safe, and then go do a thing. Classic Frio says, who needs new Trek when we already have Enterprise Season 2? Mr. Olive Tone says, my point was that as a kid, I loved the show and stayed up all night as a child to watch it. Now with modern technology, it's confusing. Yeah, well, it's not a shared experience anymore watching shows. You don't have to be tuned into your TV at 8 o'clock p.m. on Tuesday night and, run to the bathroom on commercial break so you don't miss anything. On like 3 or 5 networks where like majority of people are watching the same thing you are. So the next day you could talk about it at the water cooler. Now with streaming services, yeah, shit's available whenever. So you'll eventually get around to watching it, maybe. So it's a totally different experience. Yeah, I agree. Eric Sonder, I like the CG tricorder in Prodigy. Too bad there aren't toys anymore. I totally agree. Yeah, I liked the equipment from Prodigy. Eric Martin, yes, it's either I get airlocked or a tricorder dig on alive. It's been too long. It has been too long. It has been too long. Let's get it back to me, please. I just really would like it back. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how else to say it. I've said it multiple times now. Even not fixed I'd be happy with, as long as it's, in one piece. Anyhow, Robert Buckley, classic. You got 4 more under the tarp somewhere. No, we're at 65 right now. So, Eric Sonder, we just have to 3D print them ourselves. That's true. Robert Buckley, Captain, I agree. Those late night shows were the best. Eric Sonder, hail. Donnie, are there new Power Rangers? Who gives a shit? We're not here to talk about Power Rangers, so. 66 likes. It's funny, it's a 66 here on my iPad, 65 up here on the actual broadcast thing. Anyhow, yeah, so looking forward to next week's episode 5. Is supposed to be Cisco centric, and if you're a fan of Deep Space Nine, you're going to love it apparently. So I'm looking forward to that. That sounds exciting for multiple reasons. But yeah, people also said this one would be really good, and people really enjoyed this one. And I'm like, it's okay. I get why people like it, especially if you're a fan of Klingons, but it's not quite my thing. The flashbacks didn't do it for me. I don't understand why he had a mom and 2 dads. Could be because post-burn, so maximize the gene pool by like having 2 dads. Although 2 dads in Klingons equals 4 dicks. So it's all the holes. It's too much. Okay, I shouldn't have said that last thing. What are you guys saying? Snowman Frost. So many new Trek shows and still no good new single-player Star Trek game. Well, Star Trek Infection is coming out soon, which is VR, and then Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown is coming out February 18th. Classic for real. Now I think about it, Academy always had something, and something both Discovery and Enterprise need credit for. None of those shows feature Elnor. Wow. Eric Sonder, but we are here to hear cute pug snoring. Yeah, well, I don't know how cute it is. I mean, they're cute, but their snoring's not. Jeff Jacobs, I remember having to put an antenna on my roof so I could watch Voyager. Oh, damn, those days. Yeah. Robert Buckley, well, we did it. We made 70, Jeff. Did we? No, we didn't. That's a 67. So does this. Oh, it's a 68 now. 68 on this one, 67 on that one. Eric Sonder, I remember going to Blockbuster to rent one season at a time of Voyager. You rented a season at a time? Holy shit. Usually you'd rent like a video cassette, which had like 2 episodes on it. Get a season, man. That's like 13 video cassettes. Eric Saunders, 2 puggies, even better. Yes. Classic for real, $2. $2 for 2 snoring pugs. Eric Saunders says I pace myself. Who wants to see the pugs? This is Lola. Lola. Why do you look like you're melted? So that's Lola. That's Precious. Yeah. Aren't they cute? They're so cute. Jeff Jacobs, mine says 67, but if one of yours says 70, let me know. No, 67 up here and 68 on my iPad down here, so. Classic for real, Jeffrey, you did that on purpose. Mr. Olive Tone, my point again was that loved Trek as a kid, and it was a kid show. So now it feels like manipulation. I'm like, it's Star Trek about sexuality. Star Trek wasn't a kid's show. Robert Buckley says we love those pugs. Butterballs of love. Yes, this is true. Star Trek wasn't a kid's show. $68 up here, $69 down here. We need one more like. 69 is a good number, by the way. Well, I shouldn't say 69 and point downwards. Anyway, one more like, guys. One more like. One more like. One more like. We can do it. General Grievous 69 noise. What's the 16? Oh, I know what a 69 noise is, but do you hear that? I don't think you hear that. Snowman Frost. The Star Trek Infection VR are going to be available on Quest goggles. Maybe I'll try, though. I'm not a fan of survival horrors. That's all. After all, it's Trek. Yeah, I'm not a fan of survival horror games either. I don't like horror games, especially in VR. But considering you get to tool around on it to find it, unfortunately, it's not available for the PlayStation 5 or the PSVR 2. I might have to get a MetaQuest or something to see if I can play it. We hit it. We did 71 down here, 71 up there. They match. Jeff, hey. Oh, there we go. Jeff Jacobs, $5. Now we're waiting for Robert Buckley to match that. But $5. I like 69 more than 70. Pay now so you can go to sleep. Thanks for being here, Cap, and see you next time. Yeah, it's funny. I was just about to say I'm probably closing out soon, so. BJ says, I gave you a like from my other YouTube channel. Well, thank you. Setting Hedra on time for some Stargate Atlantis. I'll go watch it. I'm actually going to go watch BSG. I started watching BSG again last night, watched the miniseries, parts 1 and 2, and now tonight I'm going to start the actual series. So, Joseph Thomas, do you watch or know of Steve Shives? I like him, but he can be pretty cynical sometimes. I do watch Steve Shives, and I do like a lot of his content. Yeah, he gets a little too political and a little bit too down in the weeds for me at times, but I really like the way he puts his points forward, even though I don't agree with him all the time. He doesn't think canon matters. Canon's not important. I disagree. But yeah, I like Steve Shives. I really do. But I don't watch all his stuff. So BSG was good. Yes, it was. Robert Buckley, $5. Here you go. Thank you so much, Robert. Mr. Olive Tone, Trek to me was about space exploration, not genital exploration. It still isn't, so I don't know what the fuck you're on about. Jeff Jacobs, and by go to sleep, I mean go to bed with the Admiral. Sleep is up to you. Indeed. BJ says Steve Shives also has no respect for canon. Yeah. Eric Sonder, I don't know what to watch next. Farscape. Watch that. Or Space Above and Beyond. It's free on YouTube. Classic for real. I'd like to give Steve Shives a hug if it will help him be less cynical. I understand why he's cynical. I've watched some of his videos, but anyway, I'm gonna call it there, guys. I really have to actually go to the washroom, so I will. I mean, TMI, right? But thank you for watching, and be sure to tune in tomorrow for a live review and breakdown of this episode. And of course, next week, of course, for all of the lives. And I'll see you back here next Thursday night for the reaction to episode 5, which should be hopefully good because it's about Deep Space Nine. So we'll see what that's all about. Anyway, until next time, everybody, live long and prosper. I will catch you guys on the flip side.